Windhorse Trading has always attracted people from abroad. Now more than half the workforce in Cambridge have come from outside the UK.
Many people come from abroad to see more of the movement in Britain, to sample community living, a more intense context for practice. Many people come because they want to engage with the ordination process, and so we've done quite a lot to help people who come here to prepare for ordination. And there are also order members who are already ordained who come from abroad, particularly from India, who want to come here to see another part of the movement, and to train and get some experience in right livelihood, community living, and also centre work as well.
Coming in England was actually was quite something really. I've never lived in a foreign country before, and I think I wasn't expected that much contrast or difficulty I found when I arrived here. So that's, in a way, I practice with that. Which is that the cultures, French and English culture, are very different, really. And people are different. And the way people relate to each other, or just the way people are, is different.
I think when I first got here, I thought, oh, well, they speak English just like me, therefore there's not that many differences. But actually, the English are very different from Americans, and it's a lot with how we deal with other people. I think you're much more diplomatic than we are.
I came here with no English at all, and it was people said it was quite an adventure, and I was courageous, but I didn't think about it. I just came and I just stayed because I was sure that studying English, I will be one day able to express myself, and able to study, and able to interact with people in the Sangha. And I started to learn English from Sangharachita's cassettes.
Language is different, their food is different, their habits is different, their approaches is different. So many things, and to live here, you have to, learn lots of things. General thing, when you go somewhere, how to start your own discussion, yeah? You need to know certain things. Basically, you need to know something like football, Manchester United, or whose Beckham is, or you need to speak about weather. That's the how you start discussion.
I think I was hanging on to my views, like the way I do things is the right way, or the way French people do is the right way, and I was actually very critical of what I was saying, and then after a while, I think I just loosen up. I just loosen up. But actually, is my way better than this way? Actually, no. And I just open up to more possibilities.
I discovered a bit about what it meant to be an American, kind of my cultural conditioning. I think that was driven home to me once when my father came to visit. And we went out, and he was just so, he was just very loud, and I thought, oh blimey, that's how I am, I just saw myself.
At the beginning, there were quite a lot difficulties, because which background I came from, a very lower background, yeah, and it is developing country, and this is the developed country. When I came here, I was scared really, and many things I have to learn, how to use cooker, how to use even washing machine, when you sit on a dining table, sometimes people used to speak about Shakespeare's, and all that sort of things, and I didn't know anything about it.
So I really learned about my culture. I think I actually didn't know very much about my culture before, and because now I've got a point of comparison. I can see what is French and what is not, and so in learning about myself, I can see what is French or what is really me, the human being underneath.
I came from Ohio, which is farming country. You know, my ancestors were German, and I can see my German ancestry in my conditioning. And I've noted that, actually, that's interesting. I've noted that working at Windhorse, because I can feel the sort of resonance with the Germans, which I wouldn't have expected.
When you see the Indians, you know, I mean, they are more outgoing, they are more positive and friendly, and it does affect, you know, the whole, I mean, Windhorse and Cambridge Sangha also, because nature of Indian people and Westerners are different, and you know, basically Indians are more outgoing, so basically they bought that, you know, outgoing approach within a Sangha, within this mandala.
Less and less identifying myself as a French person. In the beginning I was here, I was always saying, you know, when I was presenting myself, oh, I'm Isabelle, I'm French, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I just forget, you know, somehow I'm French, until somebody just asks me, are you French? So I'm not so much identified, I think I'm much more like a human being, really.
I feel quite proud of myself, I think, for the effort I have made and the fruits, and also a lot of gratitude to Windhorse mainly, and my team, and Irangaman, people who have been around me and have helped me to stay and put myself in this situation and be patient with myself. I have been not only patient with myself, but other people have been patient with me as well. And just a lot of gratitude. I feel a lot of gratitude.
I think the kind of bonds that we create here, in terms of, fundamentally they're bonds of friendship, aren't they? Which actually I think is quite a key part of this whole thing of internationality. It's really, it comes down to friendship, really. Comes down to well, one person communicating with another, that sort of vision of human communication that doesn't matter about culture or all those different divisions. Actually, you can still build a strong friendship.